Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Took the family somewhere today. Had a pretty good afternoon. Kids are all pumped up. They had fun. I had fun. I mean, I feel like a kid. Went to I'm not going to tell you all the details because just not going to. But a friend of mine works at a military base. He's a civilian that works there, and was able to get us access to go watch some A-10s do some live fire training. And we got to spend the afternoon up in a 100-foot tower watching them come through and make some pretty low flyovers, and yes, the 30 millimeter cannon, and drop some ordnance. It's a good time, right? I mean, it was fun. So I got to do that instead of most of the other things that I usually do. But I do know that things are getting still, I don't know, weirder and weirder with this whole drone incidents that's happening almost on a daily basis. It seems to be predominantly along the eastern seaboard, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, that area. But there's also been numerous sightings in other states on the West Coast. And I know that there's still a good amount of people that are just kind of rolling their eyes at this and thinking that this is nothing, and it may just be. But it's getting to the point now that I don't know how it could just be nothing. The White House spoke out again today. General Kirby, you know, the guy that is so truthful and honest. I mean, this guy, he cannot tell a lie. He basically said, number one, that there's no threat. There's no danger there. And if the President Biden thought that there was a danger, he would make sure that these were taken out of the sky. That they don't know what they are. That it could just be that there's nothing there and it's just a mass hysteria. That there's no evidence that there's any threat or danger. And so they're looking into it, and they would like to know, because basically they don't know. So if you don't know, let me just hold on. There are unidentified flying objects flying over the United States. That right there. There seems to be strong evidence. There's witness statements from congressional members that these things have been recorded flying over military installations and critical infrastructure places. And you don't know what they are. You don't know where they came from. You don't know anything about them. But you believe that everything's okay, that there's no real threat. Really? The New Jersey State Police have been taking this very serious, and they've been doing an investigation, and honestly, probably more has come from them than anyone else. You know, tip your hat to those guys and gals. They're saying that they have tried to detect what frequency these things are flying at, you know, what frequency is being used to control them, and it's an undetectable frequency. With all the technological capabilities that they have, they cannot determine what frequency is being used to control these things. And I would say that the New Jersey State Police probably has pretty close, if not the same level of capabilities of most of our, you know, like DHS and FBI. And they can't figure anything out. The Coast Guard's been monitoring. There's been reports of military flights going out under the Atlantic Ocean, that possibly trying to search for a mothership. We don't really know. Now, at the same time, we've got Russia saying that they're going to retaliate against the United States, and that they're going to get ready to shoot off one of those big new missiles that they have to Ukraine, because Ukraine's been attacking them with our missiles. We've also got U.S. planes blowing up targets, bridges, and stuff in Syria. We're just, you know, we're getting more and more involved there. We've got an inauguration coming up soon. Like, what is it? A little over 30 days, a little over a month. We've got an inauguration happening for a new president. We've got what seems to be a fairly rapid buildup of this H5N1. Today they reported in California a bunch of cats have died. They drank milk that was contaminated with H5N1 and they died. There's been deaths of animals in zoos. There's been, I mentioned this already, but there's been wastewater treatment plants testing positive all over the country, everywhere. It seems to be growing. So that's happening. We have all this rapid advancement in technology that's constantly ongoing. And you've got these drones that are flying around. Are they drones? Are they drones from here? Are they going to try to tell us that they're aliens? Are they going to try to stage some kind of blue beam invasion? Or are they going to try to, at the last minute say, oh my goodness, these things are dangerous. These things are threatening. We have to suspend the inauguration, right? We have to declare martial law. We can't do the inauguration. That's too dangerous. There's not going to be any changing of powers. And because this mass hysteria, well, it's kind of true because, these things are really deadly and dangerous. Is that what they're going to say? I don't know. Is it a big distraction? Is there something going on? And I think the answers are probably yes and yes. I think probably a lot of the reports, or at least some of the reports, are going to be fake or incorrect. But that's the case with anything like this. Any kind of big event, you're always going to have people that are reporting, stories that aren't true, whether purposely or just accidental. But I think it's gotten to the point now with enough of the official level reporting on this that you can't just discount this. One government official saying like, well, we think these are all just planes. These are all just planes that are flying around, and that people just think. They just think that they're drones or UFOs. So you're going to tell me out of nowhere, all these people, law enforcement, local law enforcement, state law enforcement, military, all these people are all of a sudden mistaking all of these planes flying around for drones and UFOs. Okay. There's some pretty high quality video floating around of these things. They look weird, whatever it is. I've seen a couple that are, from what I can tell, are legitimate. They look weird. They don't look like a plane. They don't look like your standard drone. Don't know what they are. I suspect this is building up to something. I don't know what. Most likely it's not good. And I know I say this every day. Trust me, I get tired of saying this all the time. But I'm telling you, you need to be getting ready. I mean, play this out in your own mind. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anyone else. Just shut it all off and just play it out in your own head. Where do you think this could go? What are the possibilities? And try to play out every potential scenario that you can come up with. And the vast majority of them that I've come up with aren't good. They're not good news. And when you start to see, because this is how they plan out wars and stuff. They try to war game it out, various different scenarios. And when there's enough of a chance that it's not going to be good, then they say, well, it's a high probability of things not going so well. If that's what you come up with, don't listen to me again. Don't listen to someone else. Do it on your own. Come up with something, or come up with your own analysis. What do you think this is? What are the possibilities? And what are the general outcomes? Based on what you know. And if you don't think it's going to be a pretty good general outcome, then you better be getting ready. If you live up in that area, and they've been flying over different military and critical infrastructures, they could be dropping biochemical warfare, they could be dropping some kind of new virus, weaponized. There's all kinds of possibilities that could be going on. It could just be to cause mass hysteria, to cause people to be distracted from something else that's about ready to happen. There's all those possibilities. Could be an act of war from a foreign adversary. Whatever it is, you better be preparing for whatever's going to happen. You be stocking up on all the things you know you need to stock up on. I shouldn't have to tell you which ones. You need to be getting yourselves prepared for what is most likely coming around the corner. And it's not just these drones, folks. Like I just said, I just rattled off 4 or 5 different things that's going on right at the same time, and that's not even everything. Don't relax too much. Don't just sit around and think, well, you know, Trump won the election. We've just got what, like 5 weeks left before, you know, he takes office, and then after that, everything is just smooth sailing. We'll be fine. All the bad guys are just going to immediately go away, and we'll do fine. If that's what you think, then I pity you. The rest of you, you need to stock up, prep up, pray up, and get ready, because things right now seem to be quite strange. And usually when that's the case, when there's a lot of stuff going on, it's usually a good indicator that something is just around the corner. Get your houses in order, folks, and prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.